welcome to Open for Business. I'm your hostess, Tina Tilton. Open for Business, I love speaking with people that are what? Open for business. We have had a tough last 18, 19, 20 months or so. And we just, on this particular show, we discuss and speak with people who are still open, social distancing, and all that 9 yards. However, even on today's show, this particular guest, and let me start out by saying this particular guest will be my guest for the entire 28th week. So on today's show, this particular guest is has an event that's coming up, and this event will be open for you. So let me tell you a little bit about the guest. This guest has been on a national syndicated television on ABC News, NBC News, speaking about becoming a millionaire. So go ahead. I'm gonna give you a minute to process that and to call your friends. Let your friends know that we are about to discuss the upcoming event. It's called Exposing the Secrets of the Rich. And that will be right here in Memphis, Tennessee, September 30th at 6:30 p.m. at the Timeless Event Center on Winchester. So, you ready for me to bring this guest on? It's a man and it's a black man. Hello, say hey, somebody. Dr. D Millionaire, right there, y'all. What's up, Dr. D
Yes,
Millionaire?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's amazing to be a guest on this show. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh, you are so welcome. So, okay, so I know you're coming to Memphis, Tennessee very soon. We welcome you with open arms because we would love our people actually really does love to get the information about how to empower ourselves financially. And so
That's right.
that is what you're bringing to our great city on September 30th. Am I
That's
correct?
that's correct. That's correct.
Yay, yay, yay. So in the meantime, give me a little bit of information about who Dr. D Millionaire is. Give me some backtrack on who you are.
All right. Well, I am 30 years old. I am a entrepreneur, business owner, and I am a financial success coach. I have been in the financial service industry now for almost 12 years. I started my first business when I was 13 years old. My first entrepreneur endeavor was a garage sale. I took items from my grandmother's house, my mama's house, my auntie house, put everything on side the road, flagged down every car that passed down the street, and asked them to buy something. So I made a little bit over 300. I made a little bit over $3,000 in 2 days, selling junk. With they always say that one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Treasure,
And
that's
so
right.
I had an opportunity to do that. I started a lawn service, and then at 18, I legalized my lawn service. Started cutting grass. I made $18,000 my first year in business, cutting grass out of the trunk of my 1999 Grand Am Pontiac. It was a two-door car. I used to have to fold the lawnmower, put it in the trunk, put the weed eater and the blower in the back seat. And I remember when I got my first client, I was so nervous. I was riding around the neighborhood that I was staying in. And at that time, my ex-wife was driving. And as she was driving, I was sitting on the passenger side and I said, whoever is outside today, I'm going to stop them and ask them if I can be their yard man. And 3 streets over from our house, they had this man named Mr. Jones that was standing outside raking his yard. And we passed his house 3 times. And finally, I got the guts to say, you know what, pull over. So she pulled over on side of the road. I got out, gave the man, I said, hey, my name is Donald Baptiste. I just started a lawn service. And he stopped and he said, God must have sent you by here. And that was my first client, $300. He went inside, wrote me a check, started cutting his yard every Friday. He drove 18 wheelers, so he wanted to make sure when he come home that he had a nice, well manicured yard as he drove
Right.
his truck down his driveway. And that was my first client. And so from there, we started building entrepreneurship. I was 18 years old. 19, I started a construction company and started renovating houses. I had did renovation work when I was a kid with my grandfather. We had no other choice but to work as kids. So during the as a child during the weekends and on the summer, we had a chance to work for $5 a day, working in my grandfather rental properties. And back then, we didn't do McDonald's and Burger King. and Subway and fast food. We did lunch meat, bread, sandwich spread, and juice. And
Okay.
so that got us started in the road of entrepreneurship. So since then, back in 2011, I started helping individuals start businesses, started doing credit repair, and I got started with that, and that really pushed me into where I am today. That now I'm helping individuals all the way around the world start businesses from scratch, showing them how to build out their business the right way, how to set everything up, how to make sure all their I's are dotted and all their T's are crossed.
Great, great. That is an amazing story. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but sit here and ponder on what would make a 13-year old, I can't even say male. I'm just across the board. What would make a 13-year-old decide that they're going to sell something to make money versus sit there and play on their,
Yeah.
on their
And so
on
I
their
was always
game system?
my brothers always teased me and said, Donald, when computers came out, they said, Donald, when computer came out, computers became your best friend. And that was technology is what really pushed me into where I am today. Those of you all who don't know me, I am a pastor. I've been in ministry since I was 12 years old. And so I was
Mm.
going and I struggled through elementary school. And I was one of the kids who was a statistic. And the statistic was that I'll never be able to read, write, comprehend. I would be in jail or strung out on drugs by the time I made 18. And so I failed the fourth grade. I failed the LEAP test by 5 points on the English side. I passed the math side. So I had to repeat the fourth grade, and that's when my life changed. And things I had to really look at life totally different. I took my relationship with God serious as a kid, and I did not like public school. So I went to private school. And when I got into middle school and high school, my parents couldn't afford to continue to keep me in private school. So I used my entrepreneurial skills and I sold candy during the day. I take my $20 allowance and my grandmother would take me to
Uh-uh.
Sam, and I sold candy bars for $1. I sold chips for 50 cents and I sold the Huggies juice for 50 cents, and I paid my way through high school.
Wow. It's been in you all this time.
Yeah, all
Amazing.
the time. All the
Amazing.
time. So we have an organization called Wealth Kids where we help kids start businesses. In the urban community,
Praise
uh,
God.
kids start selling drugs at 10 and 11 years old. So it's important to everyone that's viewing this to get your kids started in some type of entrepreneurial skill, whether they're starting a business, whether they're selling juice, they're selling candy, whether you have them selling makeup, selling hair, you have them doing videos and reselling the videos, branding themselves. It's imperative that we do something to put us in a position at a young age to get started with entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship at one point uh, in the Western civilization, entrepreneurship is all that we had. Our our grandfathers and great grandfathers and great great grandfathers were sharecroppers.
Yeah.
So they were slaves, but they sold cotton, they sold watermelon, they sold corn, they sold wheat. They had to sell vegetables and fruit and meat in order for them to survive. So entrepreneurship is all that was in place at one point. And it wasn't until the federal government decided that they wanted to tax your dollars back in 1912, and the Federal Reserve came up with the IRS, and then jobs created. And now individuals who were once working for themselves, that had to change.
Yeah. So with you being a doctor in the financial coaching world, what is financial awareness?
So when we begin to look at financial awareness, it's the ability to understand the weight, the length, and the height of your dollar. And most people will understand
Okay.
that within, especially within the African American community, that our $1 only holds value for 1 hour, because we don't own any stores. We don't own any
Oh
gas stations.
wow.
In the Asian community, their $1 holds its value for 30 days before it leaves their community. In 2018, a study was done, and in America, $1.8 trillion was spent within the African American community. That's enough money to give every American a $1,400 check.
Well, you know what? And as you're saying that, I kind of hear in the back of my mind, well, how can I make money, especially being African American? Just saying, how can I make money when I don't have money? But what you're saying is that we do have money. It's
Yeah, we do
just
have
not
money.
directed our way.
That's correct. That's correct.
So how what needs to happen? I'll just put it
So
that way.
now
What needs to happen?
we have to change our mindset. Education is one of the most powerful resources and tools that we have in the world. And because we are educated, we have spent thousands, millions of dollars, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars on education, and we have not been educated on money.
Hmm. Why do you feel that is?
It's because we are always taught to be a servant instead of being the master. We're
But can't
always,
they, like, if they wanted to, can't they teach money? Or why isn't taught, in your opinion, why isn't money taught in the school system?
money isn't taught in the school system because the school system is designed to keep you to think one way. And that's the way of always being an employer, always being an employee and never an employer.
Get
So
a
when you
job.
go to
Get a
school,
job.
you go to school to go get a job.
Mm.
So you get $120,000 worth of student loan debt to get a job making $50,000 a year, and you're paying 28% taxes. So you're only bringing home $33,000 after you pay taxes on $50,000. And nobody is taught to take your gifts and your skills and go start a business.
Yikes. Yikes,
Because
yikes, yikes.
every company that we work for, somebody owns it. Somebody started it.
Yeah. 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 How can one make money without so much stress behind it? If that's such a thing.
Finding something that you love. Nobody should get up every day and work a job if you don't love the job that you work in.
Oh, now you know we're gonna get some flack on that one because I hear it now, but I have bills, I have babies. What do you say?
So if you have bills and you have babies, you also have something called purpose, Purpose. And purpose, when you understand your purpose, you find a passion. And your purpose meet passion, and then purpose and passion help you create a profit. There's something about that grandmother who used to make them tea cakes, them big tea cakes, that nobody could make them tea cakes like grandma. Nobody could sit down and stir that pot and make the pecan candy like grandmother could make it. Nobody could sit down and whip up them red beans and rice and cornbread and fried chicken and fried pork chops like grandmother could, because grandmother loved what she did every day. And so
Ah,
your passion might be, you might like helping make people become beautiful. You might love helping individuals understand that you know how to take their hair, and if they can't grow their hair, they can sew their hair. So you become a stylist. This is
yeah,
something that you love. You become
yeah,
a esthetician. You become a nail technician. You become a fashion designer, and it's something that you love. And they have millions of people out there that are going to support you. But let me help you with
yeah.
something. Don't go start a business today thinking that your whole family is going to support you, because they're not.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. Say it, say it.
Yeah,
Well, who
most of the
who,
time,
who
the
will be
people
the
that you know are not going to support you. Your biggest supporters are going to be complete strangers, people that you don't know.
people that you don't know? How can one get clear on their financial objectives so they can kind of know where they are financially before they even consider starting a business?
The biggest thing now is that you want to find out what is it that you love to do. I tell individuals, take a sheet of paper and write down 5 things that you can do that will you can turn into a business. After you write down those 5 things, you want to start evaluating your list. and you want to look at two things that you can naturally do every day that nobody has to motivate you to do.
Mm. Yeah, I've once heard someone say, if oh gosh, how did he say it? Do it for free. If you already were a multimillionaire, what would you be doing for free right now?
Yeah,
And
and with me, I tell individuals what I love is educating people on finances, giving people the hope that they can live the American dream. You can be debt free, you can drive the car that you want, you can live in the house that you want, and you can put yourself in a position of being in a place where all your bills are paid, all your needs are met, and you're living an abundant life.
but you're still spending. So how does one go about? What's the direction that they should take to spend wisely?
So now they need to do a financial assessment and work on eliminating their debt. They need to work on getting out of debt. So if you have a $15,000 car and you're paying a $500 a month car note, let's go ahead and make some changes. Instead of you going to spend money on some Louis Vuitton and you're going to spend money on Gucci and Prada and Michael Kors, let's take an additional $500 every month and let's go ahead and pay $1,000 a month car note and pay off your car in 1 year. And now you've just eliminated $1,000 of debt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that the same process for saving?
Yes, it is. It's the same process for saving because as we get you to eliminate your debt, you now can start saving that money. And now, as you save that money, you can put that money into an investment account. You can put that money into a Roth IRA account. You can put that money into an insurance account, and you can begin start collecting dividends on the money now that you're saving, and put yourself in a position to retire early.
But again, like you stated, I mean, we're talking about generations, if you will, of
Correct.
this certain mindset.
That's
So
right.
and how then, what's a practical way that one can avoid impulsive buying or impulsive spending? Because we're
The
good at it.
biggest thing now is for individuals to get themselves in a position to say that I want nothing, but I need everything. And what I need first is to make sure that my financial house is in order. I don't need to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't need to struggle every day. And there are certain items that I normally purchase. I don't need them all. You have enough clothes. You got clothes in your closet that still got tags on them. You have enough shoes. You have so many shoes that you can change shoes every 3 hours and you still have enough left over the next day. And so now you become disciplined to say, let me get my money together and let me get my mind together so that my mind and my money don't take over my body and causes me to have heart attacks and strokes. A lot of individuals are sick, not because they just have generational curses and generational sicknesses. It's because they have a generational curse of something called poverty. And because they have a lack of money, this is why individuals have strokes and heart attacks. This is why individuals, with the certain food that they eat and they intake within their body, that they certain things happen and encounter within themselves that puts them in places and positions where they're not experiencing a healthy lifestyle because it costs money to eat right.
Yeah, yeah. So we're out of position.
Correct. We're out of position. And now we have to reposition ourselves so that we can get to where we need to be.
What is considered generational wealth?
So generational wealth is when you can walk away and not work, and your grandkids and great grandkids can collect the check.
Mm. Now, I did read an article. It was in Forbes. According to Forbes, like the top 1% of people, the top 1% earners, they
Correct.
make $10 million plus per year. And
Correct.
so my question to you then would be, how do we, how achievable first is that for this lifetime, and how do we create generational wealth from that?
Now we put ourselves in a position where we can create generational wealth by first becoming financial literate. We have to educate ourselves about money. We have to take our money serious. If we can go to school for 12 years and then go to college, whether if it's a community college, a 4-year college, we're
Yeah.
in grad school. If we can do that on a career, let's make an investment in our own self now to work on becoming a successful, productive business owner, a successful, productive entrepreneur, or a person who just say, I just want to make an extra $1,000 a month. And now we can change our mindset to think like the 1%, because the 1%, the IRS is their best friend. There are over 470, there's over 475 tax deductions that's in place for individuals who own businesses, individuals who are self-employed, individuals who work for themselves. So the IRS becomes your best friend now, because now you're able to leverage your time for money.
Well, you know what? With you saying that, can you prove that? Because I'm sure you can, but
Yes. So you can Google it. The IRS states that over 100 million people in America pay too much money in taxes.
I'm saying, like, can you prove, or should I say, where can we find the information where 475 there are 475 I
So
guess
there's a
exemptions,
book
tax exemptions?
you can Google it. It's called the 475 tax deductions for
Wow,
business owners,
simple as that.
self-employed. Yeah, and if you Google it, it'll pop up on Amazon. It's $16.98. They can purchase a copy of that book. I will have some copies of that book here in Memphis when we do this meeting on Thursday. They'll be able to purchase it. They'll be able to see it. We have a record-keeping software, a world-class IRS audit-proof record-keeping software to help you manage your expenses and show you how to manage your income as well as how to manage your expenses and how to download copies of your receipts, everything that you spend, and it downloads into a spreadsheet to make it easy when you get ready to go do your taxes.
This is good. This is good. I'm so excited. So I'm glad you said that. That was a good leeway into actually actually this is today. This is today.
Correct.
We keep saying September
Correct.
30th, but this is later on today. Yay, that's right. So okay, at the Timeless Event Center, 6:30 p.m. You guys make sure that your face is in the place to get this information on exposing how doctor. I was about to call you Reverend because you can tell that pastor. I should have asked you before, like, are you a
Yes, ma'am.
pastor?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
Dr. D Millionaire will be exposing some of the secrets of the rich on September 30th at 6:30 p.m. Timeless Event Center. What are some other materials that will be available for the people that are interested in coming out?
All right. So one of the things that I have a book that I wrote called 50 Businesses That You Can Start for Under $500. And it's called
Wow.
Business on a Budget. We show you how to take your little bitty tight budget that you have and how you can start a business for under $500. I also have something called our Business Credit Guide, and it shows you how you can get $50,000 in funding in your business name without you being a personal guarantee. So this is the book, Business on a Budget, 50 Businesses That You Can Start for Under $500. We'll have this book available tonight at 6:30 at the Timeless Event Center. Then after that, I have another book that I wrote called How to Start and Fund a Business. It's a business credit guide that goes over how to build business credit, how to structure your business out the right way, how to set you up to be in a position where you can get credit cards, loans, and line of credit directly in your business name without you being a personal guarantee. And this is the way of the 5% and the 1% of the world operates. And I'm showing you these secrets for free on tonight at 6:30 at the Timeless Event Center.
Yeah, yeah. But the books will definitely be for sale though when they
Correct. The books are for sale. That's right.
yeah. But
The
to be
information
in
is free.
attendance, it's
Yep.
free.
Yep. It's free. It's free for you
Oh,
to
y'all.
attend. The information is free, but you can purchase copies of the book tonight. This book is $20. This other book, this is a manual that's 38 pages. This manual can help you get $50,000. This book is $50.
Will we be able to ask you personal questions, or will the audience, be able
Yes.
to?
We're going to take 8 questions on tonight at 6:30. We'll have 8 questions that individuals will be able to ask, and then you all will be able to speak to me personally after the event is over.
I was just about to say now, because you are a coach as well, financial coach as well, would there be any additional services that you
Yeah,
provide? Do you
we,
provide
we, we
additional?
we do have packages available. We can bill out your business credit for you. We can start a business for you. We can do your website, your logo, your flyers, your business cards, and you can hire me to be your business coach. I have a challenge that starts the next day on October 1st, where I'm helping 100 people make $100,000 in 10 months. I'm showing you how to create generational wealth and put yourself in a position of making multiple 6 figures within 10 months.
Can you repeat that, please? You
Yeah,
say
so
10,000, 100,000. What you say?
yeah, so
Please.
I'm gonna help 100 people make $100,000 in 10 months. And
That's a lot of
those of you all,
zeros.
exactly, those of you all who are interested, you can go to budgetbusiness.club. That's budget, BUDGET, business, BUSINESS.club, CLUB. And you can join the challenge. We have promotional videos that's on there. We have information that's on there that's already structured and showing you the 10 tips that we're going to help you do to transform your life spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally to help you get into a point of making residual income. You have
That
residual bills. Every month you have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 bills. So the way of the wealthy is that you need 7 streams of income to become a millionaire. And we're going to help you develop those 7 streams of income throughout those 10 months.
I can hear someone now, including myself. I'm guilty of this. I don't have the time of day to run 7 businesses. What's your
And
response?
we show you how to put them on autopilot. Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates. Bill Gates make over, I think it was $37 million a day. And so we are all allowed at the same opportunity that Bill
And
Gates and Oprah
time.
Winfrey have. We have the same 24 hours in one day that they have. It's all about what you do with your time. Some of us take an hour a day and sit down and watch Empire, but we won't take an hour today and build our own empire. All it takes is 1 hour for you to build the foundation of a legacy that's going to put you in a place to build profitable financial generational wealth for your entire family.
You are great. This has been amazing. All right, guys, if you don't take advantage of this opportunity, then I don't know what to say about you. You know how I am. I'm just going to say it like it is. But anyway, I want to thank Dr. D Millionaire for being a guest on Open for Business. And remember, you guys, it is a free event to learn how to get generational wealth, because again, the event is called Exposing the Secrets of the Rich. It's taking place today at 6:30 p.m. Please have your face in the place. You'll see mine. I will be there. I may have some kids. Can I bring kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Hopefully I can find a sitter. But seriously, if you have children, seriously, bring them as well. Make no excuses. Come on out. Come on out. Dr. D Millionaire, thank you for being a guest on Open for Business. Welcome to Memphis.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
we are certainly looking forward to learning how to become that last word of your name right there.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. I look forward to meeting you in person, and I look forward to working with all of you all who are a part of the listening audience.
Amen. And thanks for watching.